Welcome to Alpine Daily. Today is Monday, family devotional time, and this is the time of the week where you gather your kids around the computer, and let's review what we've been talking about in Kids Church. As a reminder, this month's virtue is individuality, and that is discovering who you're meant to be so you can make a difference. So all month long, we have been working on ways to understand how God has made us unique and how we can make a difference. This week's Bible story is from Corinthians. And just to recap, Paul and Timothy had planted a church in Corinth. And in working together, when they had gone to another town, they received news that the new believers in this church in Corinth had been having some disagreements. And ultimately, what it boiled down to was these new believers were struggling with comparison. They were looking at what one person could do and what another person couldn't do, rather than just focusing on their own individuality and how they contribute to the greater good. So Paul and Timothy decide to send Timothy to Corinth to share the illustration of a body being a way of describing how all the different parts work together for one common good. And in this passage, we're reminded that each of us play a unique role in the body of Christ. And with that, if we set aside our own gifts, we are going to miss out on contributing to the greater good. So our bottom line for this week is a reminder that when we use our gifts together rather than comparing with one another, we make a greater difference. So if each individual only focuses on their own thing, they can become prideful. Their own gifts can make them feel greater than someone else, or they might compare themselves and feel like maybe their gifts don't quite match up with their neighbors. So the kids were reminded, and it's a great reminder for us as adults too, that each of us have our own unique gifts to contribute to the body of Christ, and when we actually use them together rather than comparing with one another, we make a greater difference. So our Bible verse as a reminder is from 1 Timothy, and it says, don't let anyone look down on you because you're young, but to set an example for the believers in what you say and in how you live. And this is how we use our gifts. We are reminding the kids in Kids Church that it doesn't matter how old you are, that your gifts contribute and they make a difference to the church and even within your families. So a couple of questions for you guys to discuss this week. The first one is for kids. So kids, is there something that makes you different that you want to try to hide from other people? So discuss this and talk about, why do you hide it? What are these individual qualities that you need to maybe let shine, or maybe they need to take a back seat? So parents, the question for you to discuss as a family is, why do you think that we're happiest when we embrace the unique way God made us? So these questions can foster some conversation about what we're learning in Kids Church, but also just to help you as a family realize how you working together can make a greater difference.